Welcome to the Femalepreneur Coach podcast. I am your host, Rebecca Barr. I am a transformational mindset and business coach and six-figure award-winning female entrepreneur. Ladies, I'm here to tell you that business and making money doesn't have to be hard when you're in alignment and flow. Inside this podcast, I will be showing you how to transform your mindset to program it for success, how to maximize your money vibrations, and how to redesign your business for ultimate financial and time freedom. You know you are meant to live an epic life. Now it's time to claim it. We are the generation that are going to change the game for our daughters and the generations that come behind us. And we cannot underestimate the value that we are currently bringing to the collective in doing the work as mums, going out there and building businesses, living lives on our own terms. Because here's the thing, we are the ones that are doing it without role models paving the way or really giving us full permission to even do the thing. You know, for me, my mum, the only advice and concern that she had for me, she worked in the co-op, bless her, she couldn't help me with any of the things that I needed in building my business. And her only concern was that, making sure I met a nice guy and that I always had a clean kitchen floor. She was obsessed with my kitchen floor, used to make me laugh. So I don't have anybody that paves the way. I don't have anyone that is showing me or giving me full permission to lean into this multifaceted role as a mum in this lifetime. And as well as that, we're learning and evolving as we go. When I first started business, Instagram wasn't even a thing, and Facebook was just somewhere where you updated your statuses and posted your drunk selfies from the weekends. So the trajectory of growth that mums have to go through right now, we've got to be marketers, accountants, we've got to be creators, we've got to really get out of our own way. And what I want to kind of say is, really please give yourself grace to be able to take that inspired action, to navigate the waters, to appreciate what an absolute goddamn badass you are just in wanting to go out and knowing that you're meant for more and wanting to make that difference for your kids. But equally, let's lean into this opportunity to take massive steps forward, not only for our own kids, but the way that things are for women in general. And this is what I wanted to talk to you about on today's episode, because genuinely, there has never been a better time. And I know I speak with a lot of mums who are feeling quite disconnected and almost what do I bring to the table? Even if they have a business, it never feels enough. It never feels like they're doing enough. It never feels like they're good enough. Their branding's good enough. They're shiny enough for what they believe will give them success online. And the reality is none of that is true. You are absolutely perfect, exactly as you are. Even the fact that you're doing this thing is inspirational AF and is going to be making such a difference to all of the little people that are watching you on that journey. And that's the thing. So stop giving yourself such a hard time and really celebrate the growth that you have committed to, even by just raising your hand and saying, actually, I want to be the change I want to see in this world. That is really inspirational. So, but there's 5 areas that I think that we need to really be consciously and intentionally and proactively working on as mums, or we are not really setting ourselves up for the best opportunity for success and growth. The first thing is around our own self-worth. Now, here's the thing, Money Mindset 101. You can only receive the amount of money that you feel worthy of receiving and that you feel is a safe amount for you to receive. Obviously, if you want to dive deeper into this, please come and join my Millionaire Mindset Mama wealth activation program. It is only £27 and it is delivered in such a way that there is no excuses. There's no social media platforms. There's no live calls that you're never going to make. There's no complicated workbooks that you need to download and print. Literally, you can consume this on the go as you go. No excuses. Let this be your ultimate self-care and self-investment. But because in there I'll be supporting you more in terms of how to increase your self-worth so that you can therefore receive more money, because it's not always about how much money that's coming in, it's about what you feel worthy of holding on to that typically trips a lot of women up. This is where self-sabotage comes in and we end up ruining our own attempts at trying to create something new for ourselves and our kids. So really filling up your own cup in terms of your self-worth. Now, just a quick start for 10 exercise could be just literally writing down all the reasons that you're a badass today, because I guarantee there'll be absolutely hundreds. That's the reality. Even if you are, like I said, even just put your hands up and said, I don't want my shit to become my kids' shit. I don't want them to have to experience what I did, or I know that I'm meant for more and I know that this will give my kids a better life. Already you're a badass. That's number 1 on your list. Tick. And there'll be so much more outside of that. So please do that work, because you have to be continually up leveling your self-worth, because even if you have a business, you will never be able to price and receive the money that you deserve, because your self-worth will always tell you that that is too much. The reality is priceless is not enough. You know, you are absolutely priceless. The next thing is your self-care, and that is really around, you know, this isn't just a hashtag and a Sunday self-care and having a bubble bath, but it's about, you know, really ensuring that you can be sustainable. It's about protecting your energy, recognizing the energy drains that are placed on your life, the things that you're doing that you don't necessarily need to be doing, you know, the things that fill your cup and the things that empty it, and really having that awareness around, so that you can be sustainable, so that you can be all you can be, so that you have the energy and the stamina and the capacity to grow your business and to continue committed to the path and the cause that you've, you know, set yourself to right now. So self-worth, self-care. The next one is self-trust, because this will affect all of the decisions that you make in your business, and the investments that you make, and the collaborations that you do or you don't make. It all comes from a place of self-trust. Equally, more money is not going to give you more trust. You cannot put your trust in somebody else or something else outside of you. You are all you will ever need in this lifetime. You are resourceful, you are strong, you are resilient, you are committed. Like, you are all of these things, and you've got to stop believing that something else outside of you is going to give you that result instead. You are everything that you need. That's all that you need. And you have to start building up that self-trust. And this comes with connecting to your intuition, and really kind of looking for the blessings and the lessons in anything that even didn't work out for you. You know, maybe there's a decision where you made a bad investment, or you did, you know, made a decision and it wasn't the right one, seemingly. Well, guess what? It all adds up in your favor. There's always something positive that you can take away from a negative, even if it is a, well, at least I know I don't want to do that again, because that was an absolute hard pass, that I'm never going through that again. Amazing. Now you've got a new personal boundary installed. Like, let's celebrate that. The fact that you know, you gave yourself permission to go all in. It didn't work out, but XYZ happened, and now you've got this great thing too. You know, you've got a new level of level of depth or something to you as a woman. Like, that's a positive. Like, maybe let's try and reframe some of the things that, and the bad decisions that you've made. Self-belief, you know, self-belief is the next one, because this will affect the actions that you take and the level of audacity and boldness that you take in those actions. And ultimately, like, he who dares wins. The more that you can give yourself permission to be audacious, to set those big, like, unrealistic success goals, to be outspoken, to be visible at AF, to really, like, demand everything and more for yourself, the more that you have that belief that it's even possible for you, the more that you will then take that action, then the more that you will see those results. Like, it's inevitable. It has to happen. If you're only playing small, being conservative, being realistic, coming from a place of self-belief as to what is realistic or possible for you, then you're only ever going to get that mediocre, average, middle of the road, somewhat successful success for you. Is that what you want? I'm pretty sure that, you know, all of this work, all of this commitment, all of this heart, all of the, you know, moving away from perhaps one chapter of your life to pursue this other thing in business, like, all of that was not so that you could have a half-assed mediocre life. Like, that was to create something exceptional, something extraordinary. And you've got to have that self-belief that it's even possible, or you will never really fully go all in and get behind it as a goal. So therefore, you'll never really get that opportunity to win at that level. The last one is around your self-talk and self-identity. So this is probably the most powerful one, in that if you are telling yourself that you are not confident, you're this kind of person versus that kind of person, and you're speaking to yourself and reinforcing this current identity version of you, again, your thoughts, behaviors, and actions are going to, you know, like, originate from that version of you. Therefore, you're going to get that identity's version of outcome. If you identify with somebody who is, you know, really reinforced her boundaries, who is confident, who is successful, who knows what she brings to the table, who is ready to step up and serve at a higher level, what does that person look like? You know, how does she speak? How does she spend her time? How does she look after herself? How does she, you know, what does she feel about her self-worth? How does she impact her, you know, her self-care? What level of self-trust does she have? What are her beliefs around what is possible for her? If you start to identify as that version instead of this version, guess what? You are going to get that outcome much quicker. This is how you manifest things, like seemingly collapsing time and creating those quantum leaps, because you're acting from this place of like audacity and this new level of success. It's how you manage to cross timelines and collapse timelines, as people say, and really play in the field of the quantum field and what is available to you by becoming that person and that version of you that is already successful, that already has everything, that already acts, thinks, talks, walks, and behaves like it's that full embodiment of that next level of success for you. If you are that person, as opposed to this person who's very much realistic, you know, allowing her external forces and circumstances to dictate the future, the potential of her future, then you're only ever going to get that version of you and that version of results, and you are worth so much more. And so those are the kind of 5 areas that I think as mums we really have a responsibility and an opportunity to be working on these areas, so that we can not only just, you know, give our kids a better life than we had, but take a massive collective step forward as women as to what is possible for women in society. So that is working on our self-worth, because obviously that affects your prices, your self-care. It's all about protecting your energy and ensuring that whatever it is that you're creating is sustainable. Your level of self-trust, because that will affect the decisions that you make. Self-belief and investments that you make. Self-belief, because obviously that affects the actions that you take, and your self-identity, and, you know, really becoming that next level version of yourself to manifest that life and that success that you deserve quicker. Obviously, if you want to dive deeper into any of these themes, let me know, pop it in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe. And please come and join me in the Millionaire Mindset Mama Wealth Activation Program, because we can really dive deep into each of these themes and more. And just remember, you are an absolute badass, and remind yourself of that 20 times today if you need to. The world needs what it is that you have, like your light, your gift, your service, your whatever it is that you're bringing to the table right now. Like the world needs you to play at a higher level, to shine your light at a higher level. And you know, I'm celebrating you for even coming this far.
Thank you for listening to this episode. It's been amazing to share this time with you, and I feel honoured to be part of your journey. If you've loved what you've heard, had an aha moment, or found value in this episode, then please do like, comment and share. I would love to connect with you on Instagram and Facebook, so come and find me, and I look forward to helping you build your epic life.